You mean 3, 2, 1, action?
I mean, I started recording 3 seconds ago.
I was trying to do the Wayne's World thing. Anyways, yeah, so I got the FRT-15 in there, that force reset trigger, and I've been talking to some friends of mine, some guys who have it, and I haven't put out a video in a while on it because it's kind of just one of those things, like how much 5.56 do you want to shoot, especially at these prices. But I've been running this Nubix M16 style bolt. Now, if you're having trouble out there running these, you need the full uncut bolt. So if you got one that's got material shaved back to here, it's not going to trip your trigger. And if you have it totally cut out like a half moon like Smith & Wesson does, it's definitely not going to trip your trigger. So the whole idea is that you have something that's compatible with full auto function. So this is, again, this is not full auto. This is a force reset trigger. And what I've done is a little bit of research, and I've went with this Geisley Automatics Super 42. You can probably see how it's a coiled spring. It's got multi-strands in it. It's got a good return. That's styled after the MG42. M60 uses something similar. 240 uses something similar. So it's a stiffer spring, and it gets you a better return. And I'm using their H3 buffer on it, not the H2, but it's a heavier tungsten buffer. I don't know, it almost feels like it weighs 7 ounces. So I didn't do any research on the actual weight of it, but I do know that a heavier buffer is going to help return and overcome the lag of the bolt riding over this this reset mechanism. So we're going to put this all together, and since I have enough fun, I'm going to have my buddy Nick, who's visiting, I'm going to have him shoot 30 round magazine nice and stiff with this this stag lower. That's another thing I just want to point out. The distance when you put these drop-in trigger mechanisms, depending on your build, the distance on these lower receivers, depending on how much metal they put on these sides when they're either forging or casting them, or milling or casting, not forging, but depending on how much space you have there, that's also going to determine how much play is in that trigger, and that can kind of affect these real finicky aftermarket drop-in fun switches. So again, this is a pistol build, 7.5-inch barrel. This is not anything but safe and fire. There's no third position on it. So let's go ahead and stop the video there, and then we'll action. No. So now I got this all closed up. I just wanted to go over again the functions check. So, you know, on safe, does not fire. All right. Place it on fire. Hold to the rear. It fires. You hear the hammer draw. Now I'm going to let this ride slowly. You should hear the hammer follow once it gets set. All right. You hear that? That's the hammer dropping. I have not released my finger from the trigger. So that's a good sign that it's functioning. All right, Wild Thing, all you, it's your ready. I think you got all 30 out. I'd say the spring and the buffer work.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna try them.
All right, we're going to switch over to slow-mo. We'll get some good slow motion footage. I want to go 240 frames per second. Right. Get some good ultra slow. Thing real quick, everything we're doing here is pretty much just a test of the system, but we're going to make sure that we don't deliberately waste rounds with the economy